Guys, if you're watching this from Marwa, please subscribe to our brother Samson, the roadman.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Samson, the roadman, and today I just want to share with you the story of how I actually got to spend 24 hours with the travel commando. I am Marwa, from all the way from Kenya, together with his wife Rocio. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, kindly consider subscribing, turn on the bell notification so that whenever I do drop a new video, you guys shouldn't be missing like any single of my upload. Okay, I'm super excited to have you guys here, and remember also to smash the like button. If you're new to this channel, if you're watching this video for the first time, smash the like button. Let's go. All right, so let me tell you from the beginning. I am Marwa, the travel commando himself from Kenya, was actually making his way traveling, touring different parts of Southern Africa. Okay, so he went to Malawi and then he went to Zambia here. So when he was in Zambia, he actually came to Lusaka, and then we never get the chance to actually meet him. But then on a Sunday, after he had actually gone to Livingstone, I also had an opportunity, actually made possible by some of you. I had an opportunity to actually go to travel from Lusaka and get to Livingston just to see and meet the travel commander himself, I am Marwa. So I started off my journey from Lusaka, which was around like on a Sunday around 11 hours, that is in the morning. So I jumped on a bus, a very beautiful bus, a Power 2's bus, and I traveled all the way to Livingston. It's like a 7-hour journey for those that have traveled between Lusaka and Livingston. It's like it takes about 6 to 7 hours. Okay, and then hours actually took more than 7 hours, I think, because there were a lot of stoppages along the way, But then nevertheless, I got to Livingston. It was around 7 p.m. in the evenings. So yeah, I went to this beautiful lodge, of which my friend who was traveling with the commando himself, who is Traveltainment, actually had arranged a room for me and him. So yeah, when I got there, it was good. I found the room ready, but then like I don't like eating when I'm traveling, when I'm on a bus, so of course I can take maybe drink water and something like that, but not like eating, yeah, that kind of a thing. But then so I traveled. When I reached there, the room was perfect, everything was okay. So it was a beautiful lodge where we actually spent our night. Yeah, but then when I reached there, what shocked me, about this guy, remember when they were traveling to Livingston with my colleague, I actually called my colleague to say, hey bro, I'm actually coming to Livingston, so if you're with Marwa, tell him. So then he was like, he cut me short, like, no, here is Marwa, so talk to him and see if you can actually get to meet him here in Livingston. So I spoke with Marwa on the phone, and it was like, yay, Samson, okay, so yeah, get on the bus if you're coming, please come, and then we are going to receive you here in Livingston. So I was like, wow, okay. So yeah, so when I got there, then this is a thing that actually shocked me. I just spoke with Marwa on the phone, they traveled, and then I followed them. Later on, I arrived, it was like late in the evenings, and yeah, so the room, this guy, the travel entertainment, a good friend of mine, actually showed me the room. I was super excited. I was like, wow, okay, so you've already paid everything, I'm just going to, yeah, of course we're going to do what we can do. And then so when I got into the room, I saw like food. So I was like, oh, you've bought food? Then he was like, no, Marwa actually said, let's get food for your colleague who is coming. So yeah, so I was like, oh, what? So Marwa has actually bought me food. I haven't even, this time, remember, it was nighttime, so Marwa was in his room with Rocio. But then this guy, Traveltainment, told me that Marwa had bought me food. So like it was there on the table. He said, yeah, you can eat that. That's Marwa said, no, let's get him some food, because you'll be actually, as if he knew, as if he knew that I would actually arrive late at that night, So that was, I think for me, it was a very good gesture, and I quickly ate the food. It was a very good food, of course, which Marwa had actually bought for me, which was fantastic. Yeah, so then we spent that night, and then early in the morning, of course, woke up, prepared ourselves, and yeah, before we could know it, Marwa called and he was like, are you, is your friend here? He was actually asking my colleague, and then like, yeah, okay, so we are going to have breakfast, so come and join us. So that's where we went with my colleague. When I reached there, okay, Marwa wasn't at the cafeteria. He wasn't there yet, or so we're just like chatting with travel attainment, yeah, making a bit of videos, taking photos and stuff like that, and then boom, Marwa and Rocio came on the scene, and I was like, what? This is Marwa, so I was like, yeah, how are you doing? We greeted each other, Rocio, and yeah, a fantastic couple. But then I said, okay, let's get our breakfast. So because breakfast, like it takes a bit of time for them to prepare and stuff like that. So Marwa was like, hey, this is the time where you can actually get to ask me a few questions if you've got any. So I was like, wow, super. I've got many questions actually. So we took a walk, yeah, and that's where I did this interview, with him. I asked him a few questions, yeah, stuff like that. So basically we had a chat that morning, and then after that we had our breakfast, and also during the breakfast we also did a set of interviews with Marwa and Rocio, both of them. So we asked them a few questions here and there, how they are doing, how they are handling the issue to do with hateful comments, how they are handling haters. So we did that video, and I know maybe some of you guys have actually seen that video. If you haven't, please check it out on my channel. It's I think it's titled Marwa and Rocio talk about handling haters and advise small YouTubers. Yeah, I think that's the title. So you can actually check it out, guys. It's a very beautiful video, and a lot of insights were actually given in that particular video. So yeah, and especially if you are online, some of you that are always online, if you're a content creator, you are always going to get a lot of hateful comments. So see how this great commando is actually handling it together with his wife Rocio. So that morning we had our breakfast, so we were trying to, during that also we were trying to arrange if we can actually go and see, because the travel commander was very you really wanted to go and do the lion walk. So yeah, so travel attainment was on the phone trying to contact the guys, because where you do the Mukuni Big Five, where you do the walking with the lion, where you walk with the lions, it's not like you don't just go there. You need to make an appointment, if I may put it that way. You have to make an appointment so that the lions are prepared, and yeah, the leopards as well is prepared. So it's not something like you just wake up and go. Yeah, so he was trying to make some contacts and see how we can actually if we could actually get there. But of course, that we didn't succeed in that. So we said, okay, it's fine. And the travel commander was like, okay, I think it's fine. We're not going to do the lion walk. Maybe we do it next time, So we thought, okay, so what are we going to do? Okay, so we came up with a plan. Okay, let's do the city tour. Yeah, so city tour, of course, it was. We walked into the Livingston city town, and I'm sure, guys, you have seen one of my videos that I've done where we actually toured Livingston with the travel commando, Rocio, travel attainment, and myself. So if you haven't, please guys, make sure that you see some of these amazing videos that came from Zambia. Amazing videos of the travel commando and myself touring the cleanest city in Zambia, which is Livingstone. So, and it's also the tourist capital, for your own information. Yeah, so we toured the city, walked around, and then we're like, okay, now we toured the city, where should we go next? And we're like, okay, since as travelers, there's always these difficulties when you're going, traveling from countries to countries. A lot of people have complained of visa issues and stuff like that. So in spirit of that, we said, okay, let's take the travel commander to this place. This is the quadruple place here in the world. This is where the 4 countries actually meet. That is where Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Namibia actually meet. So there's a bridge that is called the Kazungula border bridge. It's a very beautiful, amazing bridge, and I did a video about that one as well. So when they it's a bridge, it's actually a bridge between Botswana and Zambia, you know. But then when you are at this particular border, you are able to see Namibia on this other side. There's no bridge that is going to Namibia though, but it's just the water that separates these countries, you know. So there's like Namibia on this other side. There's yeah. So let me show you in this particular video. So there's Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Zambia on the other side. It's a very, very beautiful, beautiful bridge. Okay, let me show you a bit of it. Yeah. Hi guys, I'm here at the Kazungula border post, and it's an amazing place where 4 countries actually meet. Okay, so I'm here with
guys, it's Marwa here. I know it's very windy, you cannot hear us that much, but I can also hear my voice.
yeah, cool. So from this part you can see Botswana is basically there. That is Botswana there. Botswana all the way. But this where you can see that water there, that is Namibia. Okay, so that is Namibia, and then you've got Zambia on this side, and then Zimbabwe on the other. You know, that's how amazing this border is. Okay, it's a very beautiful, beautiful place here. I've enjoyed myself. So that's the bridge. So it was a very amazing day that we had together with the travel commando. But of course, the time we were coming back from there, it was late, you know, in the afternoons. So from there, we also wanted to, because the travel commando was like, you know, he really wanted like to cover all these countries on the southern part of Africa. So I could see he was already talking about, you know, trying to find a route, which one is the best. Like, we discussed a lot of things, like for you to get from Livingston to Harare, it's like a long way, it's a long distance. So we're trying to figure out what's the main, which route can they use, the two of them with Rossio. So finally we settled for going back to Lusaka and then getting on a bus that is going to Harare, you know, and that's what they did. Despite the fact that they were so close to Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana, you know, at the Kazungula border bridge. Very, very close, like just a few meters, actually, if I may put it that way, a few meters away from each country, you know. But then they had to, of course, because there's no border there, you know, those countries are separated by the Zambezi River. So, of course, we settled for them to go back to Lusaka and then jump on a bus to Harare. Okay, and that's what they did. Of course, they went on that tour. So when we were done with the bridge, went back. Now, because of this conversation that we are having, we'll see that the travel commando was a very, very busy person, very, very busy. So what we did is we went to the station, to the bus station, also. That is the Livingston intercity bus terminals, you know. So we went there to get them the tickets and stuff. So they bought their tickets, and then we're back to our lodge, you know. So that time it was already in the night, you know, like it was almost 20 hours in the 20 p.m. that is. So it was already late, and yeah, we from the bridge, when we got into Livingston town, we sat down, we had our dinner, the so-called dinner, because yeah, it was more like lunch, but we had it late, you know, like somewhere there. So yeah, we had our dinner. So from there, yeah, of course, went back to our lodge, and then yeah, in the morning I went there to meet them again, to say goodbye as they were leaving for Lusaka, the 3 of them, Rossio, Travel Attainment, and the travel commando himself, I am Marwa. So that is how basically I spent a 24 hours with the travel commando, I am Marwa. Now, here are my opinions on how Marwa is and his wife Rossio. You know, of course, looking at the way we did these things, you know, first, I'm a stranger. I call this guy, and I call my friend, and then my friend says, okay, oh, I'm with them in this vehicle, so let me just put you on your loudspeaker, talk to Marwa. you know. And Marwa was very happy to talk to me. He was like, yeah, please come to Livingston, let's meet, you know. And I was like, wow, this guy, okay. So but of course, again, when I reached there, like I said, I found he had actually bought some food for me, you know. And then you know, just giving me an opportunity to interview him, you know, ask him a few questions, challenging questions, and those just where I just wanted him to like give advice to small YouTubers like me and some of you guys that are actually watching this video. If you watch that video, that interview that I did with him, it's a very good interview. It gave out a lot of information that would really help a young YouTuber, you know. So if you're just a young YouTuber, small YouTuber that is coming up and you do travel videos, it's something that you may actually want to watch that video. It's full of information. So just him giving me that audience, you know, like ask me questions, yeah, like what do you want to know about me, you know, and things like that. It really shows that it's a very good guy that has done quite a lot, especially when it comes to small YouTubers, you know. And also looking at the other thing, guys, is Marwa has inspired like a lot of people to start YouTube, you know, a lot of people to start like YouTube. But then he's also developed like there are a lot of like enemies, if I may put it that way. So I sat down with him again during the breakfast. We asked him how he's handling that, you know, and that's another interview that we did with him and together with Rocio this time. So these two gave me hope, you know, that even in YouTube you can actually, you know, you can do something, you know, especially in Africa here where it's very difficult to get a job. That's one, you know. So this is an opportunity. If you've got a phone, you can start from there, you know. You can start from there and you can actually become big, you know, through this. For me, through the YouTube, I've seen like a lot of people that are coming in to support me, a lot of people that are enjoying my content. They're there in the world, all over the world, and they try to come in here and there to support me, to make sure that we continue putting out content. So, and when I talked to Marwa, I could see that he gave me a lot of hope that surely I can make it even using YouTube, you know. So yeah, this is the right beginning, I think, for me. And wow, what is the other thing that I actually noticed about the two couple? Yeah, maybe some of you might have been wanting to hear that. Yeah. So Marwa, I remember a lot of, I think twice or three times when we went out looking for food, starting from with the same breakfast which we had, I noticed something about Marwa and Rocio. Yeah, do you guys want to hear it? Okay, here it is. Look, Marwa is very particular when it comes to the type of food that he eats. That's one thing that I noticed. He's very particular. He wants really to make to eat healthy food, and because of that, in town, when you're in town, you find that a lot of food that is there is this, you know, very cooked, which I can say is very cooked. It's cooked to that level, you know, where you can see, wow, this is which you can say overcooked, you know, in other words. So he doesn't want to eat such kind of food, like food that is processed too much, you know, processed too much. So but then, so during the breakfast, I could tell he was like, no, what is this? Oh, okay, this, I'm not going to eat this. Is there something else which they are offering? What do you have? You know, things like that. And Rocio on the other side, she's always like, oh yeah, this is beautiful food, this is good. And then she could eat, like, you know, food. But the other time again, we went to town. Of course, we sat, wanted Marwa to make a choice. Rocio wanted Marwa to make a choice of food that Marwa doesn't eat, just like any other thing that comes his way. You know, he wants to pick something that is very healthy. That's the first thing. So Rocio tried, I think, twice or thrice to pick food for Marwa, and Marwa was like, wow, Rocio, look, this is nice food, but I don't think it's good for me, you know, and things like that. So I think twice. Rocio was like, oh, okay, so let me see. I've seen they've got this and this type of food. It was like, yeah, it's nice, but again, no, not that one. Again, oh, there's this type again, and I was like, no, not that one. So at the end of that, we just ended up saying, okay, actually, him suggested that, okay, when we come back from the station, the bus terminals, we should pass through a restaurant and just buy like, maybe shima with fish or something like that, which is ugali and fish, something like that, just for him, because the type of food which were there where we were eating from at that restaurant where we were, it wasn't like good for him. So that's one thing that I noticed. Marwa is very particular and he really wants to eat healthy foods. And the other thing in the same vein is that Rocio, she's not yet how can I put this one so that people don't come for me, she's not really like because they are moving from places to places, so you find that they find different types of food as well as they move along. But Rocio also, she really like she's an amazing woman. She's a very amazing woman, but then she was more like she really like doesn't really know like the type of food exactly which Marwa wants to eat at any given particular time, because in different restaurants, like I'm saying, they're traveling, so it's very difficult to pick like for Marwa. And I think at that time she was also finding it difficult to see which type of food is he going to eat and stuff like that. But I know as they get along, traveling along for a long period of time, she's actually going to kind of know exactly what Marwa wants wherever they get to a restaurant, like, okay, this is the type of food my husband would want, and this and that. Yeah. But then another thing that I noticed is that especially from the interview that we did with Rocio and Marwa, for Rocio, she also talked about, from just the interactions that we had, I could tell that this is a very reserved woman. She doesn't want to talk a lot. Yeah, of course, when she contributes, then it's something very important. So very wonderful woman, very beautiful lady at heart. So in that interview again, I noticed something. This is something that she said. She said like because I asked her a question to say, how do you respond to hateful comments and stuff like that? How do you take hateful comments? Then what she said was like, no, you guys, I'm actually encouraging you to watch that video. What she said was like, with me, I don't actually get to respond most of the time, okay? Because I'm afraid if I respond, I'll basically be taking that energy of that person and absorbing it, so it's more like it's going to transfer to me. If somebody is commenting, these hateful stuff, and you are also replying, you get that energy into you as well. So she doesn't want that, so she just let go of such kind of things. But again, to my observation, I could tell that she really like gets hurt, when people from all over starts commenting on her, telling her, these nonsensical things and stuff like that. She gets hurt. But of course, like they say, she doesn't reply. But provided you've seen something, you be thinking about it as you go along. So I think for me, to the Rocio and Marwa premier gang, guys, you need to help Rocio a lot when it comes to filtering out hateful comments. I don't know if there's something like you call monitors. If she can get like monitors on her channel, people that will be able to remove hateful comments so that she doesn't get to see them, that would really help her. I think that's my personal view. That would really help her so that she doesn't get to see a lot of these hateful comments, because she's just new to this game in terms of being close to Marwa and African related kind of things. She's always going to have a lot of problems, a lot of people that will be commenting stuff on her videos. So my humble appeal to you guys, you're a very good team, the Marwa gang team, the Marwa premier team. Guys, make sure that you protect that lady, and yeah, everything is okay. She's an amazing woman, Wow, I don't have any bad things to say about them because I didn't see anything bad. So otherwise, that is how I spend my 24 hours with the Marwa, the Travel Commando, and Rocio. So thank you so much guys for coming through to my channel. And remember, if you're new to my channel, kindly consider subscribing, turn on the bell notification so that whenever I do post a new video, you guys shouldn't miss like any single of my upload. Okay, my name is Samson, the Roadman. I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. Take care of yourselves.